Well, hello there, terrible listeners. Welcome back to episode 2 here of our playthrough of The Masks, New Generation from Magpie Games. Again, you chose this game. We put it up for a vote, and you picked it, and you can still pick which game we're going to be playing next for the following month on our Patreon page at patreon.com/terriblewarriors. I am your GM, Justin Ecock, running through this return to Halcyon City with our 4 heroes. We met them last week, and now we're going to take them into a narrative somewhere. Here we are with, which order do we want to do it in today? Let's start at the far end of the table, from our future.
Oh, wow. Hi, this is Adam Luker here. I'll be playing the character Massel.
And from our present.
I am Neil Tavares, and I am going to be playing the character the Boomerang Kid.
And someone who doesn't have any powers at all.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Cassie D20 Love Chew, and I'm going to be playing Soul.
The Beacon.
Yeah.
And playing our delinquent.
We have Leon Weinstein as Wisp.
Wisp. We have connected our characters together and was looking over. We have some start of session moves that we get to do before we even begin. We're all arriving, as I said, we're attending Phoenix Academy this time. Something we've avoided in previous is like, you all got to go to school. You're all still kids. You got moved ahead, Boomerang Kid, into a higher grade because you're just like a genius. But it sounds like the rest of you are all kind of the same age, or the same age range. Like 15, 16 kind of era. Sure. So that's fine. And Phoenix Academy is like this prestigious private school for superpowered individuals and superpower adjacent individuals and those who are vying for work as a hero in Halcyon. I mean, with 4 generations now of heroes acting actively in the city, it's time to get things more under control. Our version of Halcyon City is a little bit different from the other 2. Again, multiverse. This world of Halcyon, heroes are been established for a very long time and are an everyday part of life. The technology in the city has improved. What you're using, Boomerang Kid, isn't necessarily like out of this world. There's a lot of other like gadgets and tech, and think how like the MCU now, everything's got freaking holograms showing up now because of what Stark has been doing. Like it's kind of that kind of extrapolation. The city is full of these great big glass towers. There's an embassy for the aliens that have landed here years ago. There's abilities to be able to visit alternate realities as long as you got a government ID and you're able to do those kinds of negotiations.
Do we get benefits?
There's you're students, so
Dental,
no,
medical.
you're all unpaid interns, and everything is
Just like
is
life.
regulated and works, and the machinery of the city it moves quite well. And I do like how My Hero Academia works out how heroes and police kind of navigate each other. The police aren't allowed to use their heroes or any powers that they may have. Only licensed heroes are. So it keeps, but licensed heroes can't act without being given direction from the police. So the 2 act as a check and balance against each other. So you can't just go off and do your own thing, and you can't just be an officer who then uses their own powers. So you have to, everything kind of works together and checks each other. And it works, and it works out really well, which is why Phoenix Academy has become a thing, is to help groom this new generation of heroes to be ready for this status quo, to be able to be integrated into this greater society of superpowers as more and more people seem to be either being born with or getting access to or having them granted or just training really hard to be part of this new super life. So, however, there is a dark future that is coming for us in the form of dark matter hurricanes and portals from another time spilling in that will lead to a doomed future without any technology, without society, and really like heroic nomads that live out in a regressed future like the Dark Ages.
Super Stone Age.
Super Stone Age.
Neil
And
deGrasse
our
Tyson.
Harbinger has traveled to the past to stop this future from happening so that humanity will continue on and not just... There is no more development in your timeline. Yeah. It'll just end. Yeah. And with no more technology, they can't. All the resources in the world are buried too deep to reach. There's no way to generate and rebuild all the equipment. It's just lost. There's no way to go back. It will just remain at that level of technology until the heat death of the universe, until the sun expands as a red dwarf. At the beginning of each session, Harbinger, you are to connect the dots. You don't remember much about your future. You just know the broad strokes.
Yeah.
It sucks, and you need to fix it.
Yeah, you need to relearn everything.
But the exact details elude you. At the beginning of each session, but for us at the beginning of each hour, we're going to check in on your investigation to see how things are going. So I'll let you take it from here if you want to describe what that move was.
Yeah, basically, I can push myself and try to remember things that I no longer have on my mind. And that can be about people in our world and try to figure out how they fit into our future and how we get to where we're going. So basically, I can name somebody, it seems like, and then roll and see how much I know about them.
Mm-hmm. So who would you like to investigate here with your memories?
So the way Masshole sees it...
And then the thing is, your memories only increase as you add names to the list. So the first few are going to be a wash.
Yep.
You're probably not going to win.
No.
And you're going to get it wrong.
Right. Because the less I know, the harder it is for me to succeed. Until
But
I learn
you're not
more.
going to learn until you actually roll it.
Exactly. The way Masshole sees this, coming back to the past...
And have you, the exact names all have titles to them, too.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
So the way Masshole sees the past, soul seems to be the key to all this. In Masshole's future, soul turns away from the hero's path, according to the history books, and I need to prevent that from happening.
Oh, snap.
Oh shit!
So
This got real, y'all.
Oh, shit, dudes.
not knowing much,
I just clenched a bit.
the conclusion he jumps to is that this Silverwolf asshole is talking her out of becoming a hero.
Yeah,
Oh.
fuck
So
that
he
guy.
must be the corruptor.
Right.
Ooh.
So roll 2d6. Oh,
Whoa.
Wow.
you rolled 12.
I rolled a 12. So
I don't have to describe anything to you. You're
no,
right.
yeah. So
That was 12
Well, okay
minus
then.
1.
oh right, that is -1
Which
because
is
I
still
don't know
11.
much yet. It's still 11, and I think I
You only need a 10 plus.
I think I add my. It doesn't matter, but
No, you're adding memories, which is
Yeah.
-1 right now.
yeah.
Oh man. So how did you do it?
So also I have to mention when I write a name above, that person has influence over me. So it was already
Silverwolf was already
Yeah.
going to, yes.
Yeah, but as a character, anyways. But like,
oh, dang.
Maxwell's going to see Silverwolf as like a very big deal, right?
Yeah, and
So at least somebody does.
do you reveal this truth to the team?
Um,
Like, we have to stop Silverwolf because they're going to mess up Soul? Or are you keeping that?
I think Maxwell's going to sit on it for now because maybe Maxwell hasn't met Silverwolf yet
Yeah.
and kind of has to see this in action because this is history books, right? This is like
So you're
the
walking to
theory.
school and there's like Silverwolf on a box of like Wolfios, like a cereal box, and you just have this flash of like,
Lucios.
Yeah, I reckon.
they were the one. That was the thing that set
corruptor.
Soul off.
Would you potentially be afraid of Silverwolf?
That's
at
what
all?
I'm thinking. Yeah, it's like this is like I'm seeing not a celebrity, but like a maligned figure in my character's mind, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, like terrified of this person. Maxwell doesn't know who Silverwolf really is in terms of like what they're capable and all that. Just knows that like I think Silverwolf's the person that's driving Soul
It just
away in the
push
future.
Soul away from that
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I like that. I like where that is. Okay, so we have discovered that Silverwolf is the corruptor, the one that will take Soul down the wrong path. Dun, dun, dun.
Son of a bitch.
We arrive on our next day of school. Not first day of school. We've been at school for a while now. It's the start of the winter semester, and things are getting seasonal. When you arrive at Phoenix Academy, you're all in the same class because we're going to keep it going. And you know what? Amos has been transferred. He's now teaching in the school. One of the first
Awesome.
non-powered teachers as part of like we can't just only hire heroes to work.
Diversity
in the
hire?
School. We have to we
Diversity,
have to bring in, if we're going to allow non-powered students into school, we also need to allow non-powered teachers. into teach as well.
Makes sense.
There's a little
Makes
bit
sense.
of tension in
Also,
around that
because
kind
the
of
chemistry
topic as well.
teacher keeps melting, so this is like the dark arts thing. Let me help me paint a picture here because this is your scene. So does any of you want to have a scene on the way to school, at school, in class?
Yeah, I guess it
Like,
depends on
you can-
when
this
what's
is-
when it
This
is.
is
right now.
your story as well as mine.
I feel like Boomerang Kid is he's just always on the DL at all times, you know, as best as he can until he's on the field actually trying to do something.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, he wants to put his nose to the books, get his shit done.
Where did my cards go? And what's where's the delinquent? Like, I needed to ask you too. Like, why is the delinquent even here?
The only person who really knows my secret identity is actually my father. Like the one person who like I refuse to use my powers on, who like I kind of tend to, despite my best intentions, like follow his wishes. Mm-hmm. And so he like sees something in me and wants me to be somewhere where like the best can come out of me because he's like, you know, the one person that sort of believes in me.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of stuck here and I don't want to be here, but I just can't leave.
The prestigious school where the some of the best, most powerful heroes have graduated.
The ones that I pissed off.
Yeah, the ones they're all
I
here.
I don't know why, but I'm like envisioning a scene already with Cass like seeing Boomerang Kid before like the classes kind of start and just hey, shortstop, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So are we
Just like
already
rolls
a
his
team at
eyes
this
and
point?
holds his
Yeah,
stuff
you're already
closer.
a team. That thing that happened already with Harbinger's arrival has already happened. You've been on a few things already. You work together, and it seems you're all working to help Masshole with the horrible future that has been presented. Even like at the beacon, you even saw like it was that portent of things to come, that storm that arrived. So you are all a team, and you all are friendly to each other, and but you're also in school together, and so that makes things convenient. You were able to use Masshole, maybe your knowledge of the future to get you into this school. Whereas the three of you were already enrolled at the time that happened. You were on a field trip. If you have, like, what would, are you all arriving on time?
Well, obviously I'm like a little bit late.
Of course, you
Yeah.
might be a little bit late.
But I like, the teachers like looking on the board, looking for attendance, and I kind of teleport in behind them. As if I was there the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah. It took you long to get here, teacher.
And
I came in a few minutes early because the last night I baked a fresh batch of little mini banana bread loaves, and I wanted to share them with my team, and I wanted to find everybody before class, make sure that if they hadn't eaten breakfast, they can have some banana loaf and be well fed for the day ahead.
I think Boomerang Kid's just the tiniest bit late, just because he's got so many of these kind of like mundane things he needs to do to keep up the facade, like house chores or something like that. It's like, yeah, Dad, I'll get it done. I'll take out the garbage, I promise.
Also, he got sent off on the bus, but then had to change bus like partway through, like get off the bus and go on a different one.
yeah, they get sent on the bus, or he said like sometimes you get dropped off at school, but like Aaron Asher, Dr. Asher, is not aware that Amos has put you into this other school track.
Yeah.
Which is like, well, he's gonna have to find out sooner or later.
Be like, just not now, though.
So then as you're heading out the door, I wanted to see. I want to do some like examples here of for the new players. Where did those basic moves? Here it is. Actually, just keep it over here with influence. So your dad is coming off the night shift, and he comes in. Sometimes he comes in from work. He expects you to already be at school, and you're not at school. You're at home, still working on tinkering, and you've been up all night again. And he's just exhausted. And he's just like, you need to go to school. You need to sleep. You need to stop with all of these distractions.
But Dad, like, I mean, I understand it, but I'm getting good grades anyways. Do we really have to have this conversation?
And at this point, it's like, seeing like how like you never seem to sleep and you never seem to stop, and you keep working on all these weird toys that are like moving around the house. Even though he doesn't know you're the Boomerang Kid, you still can't stop inventing.
That's true.
And so there's like little, like there's the butter robot from Rick and Morty and all that kind of stuff, right? I don't know how I would word it, but I want Dr. Asher. He's you kind of freak him out, right? Like you're so different from normal kids. And why can't you just be a normal kid? He says, and you have a chance here to someone with influence, and it means you care what they do or say. At any time, can give influence to any character you don't have. When you have influence over someone, take 1 to all moves targeting them. When someone with influence over you tells you who you are or how the world works, you can accept what they say or reject their influence. If you accept what they say, the GM will adjust your labels accordingly. If you want to keep your labels as they are, you must reject their influence, and that's a roll. You would be rolling on a hit. You can clear a condition. You can shift your labels. On a miss, the words will hit hard. You'll mark a condition, and they'll move your labels anyways. So your dad's like, why can't you just be a normal kid?
I don't want to be normal.
And do you want to I'm going to shift your freak up by 1 and your mundane down by 1. And you can either accept that accept that you are the freak that he says you are, or you can be like, no, I am like a normal kid. No, and then you have to roll for it.
No, I think he's going to take a little bit of that. I think he's going to accept part of that. Like he's not.
It's like you have no idea as you roll down your boomerang goggles over your eyes.
Yeah. So I'm down to -2 on freak. Interesting.
Yep. You're down. No, your freak went up.
Oh, freak went up. Sorry, my
Freak
mistake.
went up. Mundane went down.
Mundane went down.
Yeah.
Let me see. Sorry, my mistake there. I put them both down. Oh, no.
Yeah. No.
Why am I 10?
The total number, if you were to add all of your stats together, will always be the same.
Mm-hmm.
They're just shifting up and down on
So
sliders.
mundane goes down to 0. Freak goes up by 1, and mundane goes down by 1.
Yeah, it started at 3. Does it not?
Okay, sorry.
Went down to 2.
I don't know. I don't see your stats. I have to trust you.
I'm pretty sure that's
yeah.
how it works. Yeah, the white's
You're totally
there.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like careful with the circles and that. Like work however system it is that you can have, so that you can clearly as you're going to be erasing and moving and keeping things around, or even if you want to put things on. Although that might not really work because you're going to be holding them like a playbook.
I think I'll stick to the circle.
So you're heading off to school, and Beacon, where do we find you? You're showing up to class with the baked goods, so you're there early.
Yep.
And Amos is there in your homeroom, and sees you in with all the treats, and it is just bottle student as always early,
I do my best.
and while you're sitting, you can lay the treats out if you want to put some of these papers out on the tables, and you can help me set up class because it's still 20 minutes until class begins. No one else is even going to be here.
Yeah, sure.
And he seems really happy to have you as a helper around, and just in that exchange in class, Amos wants to push your mundane stat of someone who's just really there to help others and has that push. But it'll come at the expense of your danger. You're not a danger to anyone. You're bringing cupcakes to class.
Okay, so that would push my mundane up to +4. Is that
so that
possible?
can't happen.
Yeah.
So, as a beacon, you're as much what will happen is instead of the push happening, is you would end up marking a condition because someone who has influence over you is trying to move you beyond your limits, and you can't be more mundane than you already are. You need to be a hero. So this is probably going to make you feel a little insecure about. He doesn't see me as a hero. He just sees me as the classroom helper. I'm not a hero like my other classmates. So you can either take the insecurity condition or roll to reject Amos and try and demonstrate that you are more extraordinary than his teacher is pointing you to be as.
Don't let someone tell you how to live. You be your own person.
That's really tough. Because I feel like
Like
she
you just start placing those papers, you start doing some more acrobatics around the room and just really kind of showing off as a way, like your rejection doesn't have to be a negative action, right? Like, like there's ways to reject someone's influence and not be a jerk about it.
right. What would she do? I feel like
Someone on Discord has offered a suggestion.
okay.
I can be dangerous, you say. Start shoving chili peppers into the muffins you've made. Or I was gonna say you do some trick shots with the muffins
Yeah.
from across the
I am.
room, and then, like throw like one. You got like a pencil, and you just kind of across
So
the room.
risky, much risk.
You know what? I'm going to make this banana loaf, but I'm not going to bring any napkins.
Edge lord,
everywhere.
living on the edge lord.
Savagery.
How dare!
Yeah, no, I can be a hero. I am a hero. I'm gonna roll for
Roll
it.
2d6.
All right, let's do it. Oh,
Oh no!
That's a 6.
5, 6. That's a 6.
yeah.
On a hit, a roll. When you reject someone's influence, yeah, you're not adding stats, you're just rolling. So on a miss, the words are going to hit you hard. Market condition, the GM. It's like, it's just so nice to have your help around here. You're my favorite helper.
It's like that's just what I do.
And will that be insecurity or hopelessness? What do you think would...
That's probably a little bit of insecurity, as much as I
Yeah.
don't like that
So-
because of what that condition means to
Yeah,
me.
it stinks. But there's ways to work off the conditions.
Yeah.
To clear insecurity, take foolhardy action without talking to your team.
Oh boy. Oh no. I
Which
feel
is
like
very
that's
not
very
Soul.
uncharacteristic
But it's exactly
for
what
her.
Harbinger has been warning us about.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Okay.
So, like, conditions can be
There
a
it
good
is.
thing. Narratively gives you a push into doing recklessly stupid teenage things.
Yeah.
In the last game, Ori was playing Brontosaur and smashed his own favorite guitar to get rid of his anger. Right? Like, it can be stuff like that.
So now does she get one of them because
So
it
you
was
missed a
fail?
roll. So mark potential.
Oh.
So once you get 5 of those, you level up. So you always mark potential whenever you miss a roll, no matter what roll it is.
Cool.
And so you're in class and you're going like, I'm never going to be a hero at this rate. This stinks. Meanwhile, the heroes have arrived. Right, Delinquent?
Oh, it just arrived.
Yeah, just right
Like
outside
after
the
the bell.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's like dun, 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 dun. You and Massholer obviously together because you're slowly corrupting them.
So the room's set up and it's like 5 desks by 5 desks sort of thing. And
Yeah.
towards the back left, there's just one empty spot where
Yeah.
a desk should be.
Yeah.
Class starts or whatever. And a black hole just kind of opens up in that spot and a desk flies up with Masshole sitting in the seat and it clunks back down as if it's totally normal.
And you stole the desk from another classroom. You got in the keys into a supply closet
make
so
sure
he
that he
had
could get the desk.
They could get. And it's actually like a desk that was carved up by you last semester, which is why it was in the supply closet in the first place. It's all just kind of wrecked.
And it just like, it has graffiti on it. It says like Quad. What's the guy's name? Captain Quad?
Yeah.
Captain Quad sucks the big one.
Captain Quad, more like Captain Fraud.
Yeah.
Oh.
Snap. Okay, quiet, everyone. All right. Amos doesn't seem to notice that there's an extra student in the back of his classroom in a private, prestigious academy. Probably because he's already been alerted by Aegis that someone like that is going to be coming into class and it's all going to be fine. Who knows? Just let him have that secret. Let him do
fine.
it. It'll be
It's
fine.
fine.
He's from the future.
He's
We
not
have
from here.
We
It's
have
okay.
agencies for this. It's like an exchange program. He has
Time travel exchange.
He's present for a second language.
Yep.
He has a present tense as a second language. That's what it is.
So Masshole has no concept of school, of like gathering together and doing
Makes
these
sense.
lessons with somebody telling you that. So like the how orderly everything is kind of it's a foreign concept to him. He's trying his best, observing and like, oh, this is how you act. But obviously, not everything's totally, obvious. So when he shows up in the classroom, sees there's a beautiful smell in the air, right?
Yeah.
He hasn't eaten in a while.
Fellow classmate Will Foland is sitting in front of you.
Okay.
Will thought he was sitting at the back of the class.
Oh, I should have behind him.
And now you're sitting behind him.
And I say, Will Folan, what is that wonderful aroma?
What?
There's a wonderful aroma in the air. Do you smell that?
What? Okay, you're gonna have to fill
The
me
baked
in.
goods. The baked goods.
Baked goods.
Yeah.
Well, and Will Folan's like, what? Are you high right now?
No, but are those for us or for the teacher?
And all this is happening while the teacher's up at the front talking.
Yeah.
And of course now he stops and goes, "Would you like to fill us in on your conversation?" And now all the eyes in the class are on the new kid.
Right.
And on Will, who's like mad at the new kid, who just wants to sit at the back of the class and go unnoticed.
Right. Will, they're looking at us. What do we do?
And he's like, "Whatever, freak. This is on you." And he goes invisible.
Oh. Wow, that was impressive. Teacher, what is this aroma I smell on the air?
Those would be the cupcakes that Miss Soul has brought into class. And you will not be having any treats until the end of roll call.
I just want to mention that while this is happening, Whisper's teleported to the desk and stolen one of the cupcakes and then teleported back.
Yeah, while this is all in, and you're
Just
like,
sitting there eating it with a shit-eating grin.
I feel like Boomerang Kid was like hand up, and then you like, don't you fucking dare, and he just puts his hand down.
Do it.
Just like
Just like ready to
two
tattle.
fingers to my eyes, two fingers to
just
yours.
like hand back down again.
outside the window, the day is getting darker. I mean, it's the winter, days get a little darker, but it's also 9:30, and there was nothing in the weather report. And class continues on, and the skies, unless there's other things, Will Folan ends up like showing back up at some point when. It's like the invisibility disappears whenever they get like embarrassed too. Like there's like blush gone, and
It's like
Asshole.
invisible, but like red cheeks.
gone.
When Will shows back up, Massol like leans over the desk right behind his ear and just goes, Will, by the end of class, they will be ours. The teacher has promised us this.
And he's like, "Oh my God, I hate kids from other dimensions."
Does he call you Space Case or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Massol
Space
folds
hole.
his fingers very neatly on top of the desk and sits at full attention for the rest of the remainder of the class.
Okay, but Masshole, you would be the one to recognize that the weather pattern outside is of dark matter.
Oh, okay.
And this is as things are happening, more of the students are getting distracted by what's outside the window. As it's outside, you can see just down the hill and a road and houses. It's all daytime and blue, but right over the academy, it's gone black, night black, and it's not long before you start hearing noise out in the hallway, and lots of commotion outside, and the door opens up, and Amos can't keep control of the class anymore because people are leaving the classroom and joining into the crowd as they're all getting out of the building to see what's going on outside, just as school alarms go off, and it's to evacuate, a fire alarm. And not like a lockdown, different one. We're not locking down the building. We're getting out of the building. And yeah, what do you do? I can keep describing things, but I don't want to just carry you up and out on this current.
So everybody is kind of evacuating the school building.
Yeah, they're and Amos is seeing people out of the room, and the hallways taking you down towards the exits. And let's say you're up on the second floor, and it's a taller building. But all the crazy weird students in there. Some are in uniform, some are flying, some are having a good time and lighting fire off their hands. And and you're making your way down and through like into the opening foyer and outside, as starting to hear crashing from above. Let's say the foyer has like some balconies that go up into the above floors. You're starting to hear some like sounds of combat happening upstairs.
Oh boy.
I wanna get a closer look. I wanna like know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think I wanna teleport onto the roof to try and like assess the situation.
Oh, you're teleporting directly onto the roof? Are you taking anyone with you?
I'm gonna take Masshole because I think Masshole's probably got some kind of idea of what it could be, and I want to know.
And Soul and Boomerang, where are the two of you going?
I think you just kind of like see them up and be like, "Come on, Soul, let's try and get up there."
Soul like looks at the doorway out of the classroom and looks at the container of banana loaves and looks at the door again and then like hurriedly grabs the container of banana loaves and runs out the door like, okay, crap.
I feel like we get outside the door and I
no,
see that you're still holding them.
These might be useful.
Soul, what are you?
Maybe people
what are you
are
doing?
hungry.
We have a job to do.
It's fine. Let's go.
Emergency rations.
So as you're so you're slowing down as you're escaping the room. So you're near the back of the crowd when there's you hear like a crash and a bang, and then one of the teachers, who's another hero, which we can invent their name, comes crashing through the wall in like a fist fight with the Gear Master.
Oh.
And the Gear Master is an older hero who you're the fan here, Soul, thought to be retired, uses like gear themed costumes, gadgets, and tricks, and has like this like all these like moving gears all over his body, and he's just like in this fight with like the gym teacher right now. And they go through a wall out to the other side, and now the alarms are going off in the building at that point, as the academy seems to be has been breached by at least one villain that you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got your plate of banana loaves, and the student population going that way, and the teacher. Let's say. Okay, so the teacher's real name is Ken Reels, but who is this hero that just came through the wall in this red suit with really...
Some kind of like fishing.
Oh, is it Red Rain?
Red Rain.
It's Red Rain.
Red Rain, the gym teacher.
No, does Red Rain look like he's holding his own?
Red Rain is pretty beaten up and looks like holding his own, but like crashing through the walls, and you don't really know what is going on. There's no way that Gear Master could be responsible for a weather anomaly outside, so it's hard to tell if they'd be the only one here or what's going on. You just don't have enough information, right?
And to be clear here, we know this person as a hero.
Right.
Like it's weird to see them like fighting with.
Red Rain, your teacher, is a hero,
right? But
do we know Gear Master
is a villain?
Oh, they are a villain. They are not a villain.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a.
I thought, I was
You
under
just
the
get this
understanding
mission
that
that
he was like
the
a
Gear Master.
retired.
No, all these cards are villain cards.
Okay.
Okay.
And so Gear Master
That's slightly less
is this
shocking.
gold generation retired villain who's all of a sudden smashing through your walls.
I think I'll like take the opportunity to see what like taking an attack action on this guy. Like I think Boomerang Kid seeing Red Rain getting a little bit kind of roughed up.
Okay,
Gonna give it a big.
so
toss
you're
of
stopping.
his
You're
boomerang.
gonna run back. Well, before we do that, we got two people teleporting onto the roof.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to paint what
No
was
problem.
going on and setting it up. So Wisp and Masshole, you teleport up onto the roof, and you teleport up behind the big air conditioner box.
Okay.
So that you still have stealth on your side here, because when you get up there, the wind is ripping around, and there's this great big glowing device with gears moving around it in the center of the tower. But hovering above the tower, the machine is... you get a flash of recognition, Masshole.
Okay.
You see this... he's almost like there's a a glowing pink aura or like a purpling aura moving around him, almost as if like it's wreathing like a halo or rings, but
Okay.
it's not really so much attached as it's just emanating in an all black suit with ribbing of color all around. And it's so much different from like the low tech of Gearmaster, right? Like this is very domineering. In fact, that's what their name is Dominus. And just as you get to the top, they're talking about, on this day, through the glory of this creation, we will preserve this future for all of our kind. And it is actually, it appears to be wedging open a black dark matter void, like what it came naturally at the History Museum.
Right.
They are trying to push it.
Okay.
And encourage it and feed into it.
Okay.
And then but while this is all like, Dominus is hovering above pontificating, while the person working on the machinery, Wisp, you might recognize the infamous Dr. Infinity. And she's more cybernetic, more machine than human now, and is powering other computers and stuff that are worked into it. So it's like a combination of a bunch of different villain techs that are all working together. And she's like, "Yeah, what? Fine. enough of the glowing nonsense here. As long as this corrects the timeline to the way things are to be." And they're all like they're talking this philosophy about timelines and future and making it come to pass. As like lightning is kind of moving up through the machinery and up into the storm cloud that's now moving around on top. And the darkness wasn't from a dark cloud, as a rift opening up above the building, and dangerous enough that you had to pick, of all the locations, a concentration of the most superpowered people in the city. But I'm sure you have your reasons. And he goes, "This place is more than just a site of learning. It is more powerful than anyone can ever imagine." And he's just like continuing, just nonsense, right? And so the two of you are hearing this like monologuing back and forth. And they don't know you're up on the rooftop, because the reason no one else is up on the rooftop is the last villain that is up there, Vortex, is holding he can control black holes and can absorb mass, and he's blocking the entrance up onto the rooftop with one of his energy vortexes, and so no one can get through, because if they go through, they go into one of his vortexes, and so his vortex is getting bigger as it's consuming mass, and it's like eating up parts of the roof. And you were just able to happen to get past that with your teleportation. And he's like, "We better be fast. I don't know how long I can hold them. They're going to learn that they can just go around things like this."
So, question I want to know. I mean, you made it sound like I have prior knowledge of Dr. Infinity.
Well,
Do we
only
have
on a pop
coexisting-
culture way.
Okay.
Dr. Infinity is one of those high level. Dominus is new,
Yep.
but Infinity is one of those nuisance villains, Lex Luthor-y, that's kind of always there hatching a scheme. They never get this close to the Academy. That's a new one, but we have that. And now, so downstairs, Boomerang Kid, you wanted to engage in a threat.
Yeah, I just want to
Jump
whip the
right into
boomerang right at Gear Shift?
Gearmaster?
Gearmaster.
And
Right at
Soul, are you
Gearmaster's
jumping in
head.
on that?
No, Gear Novice.
Yeah. Yes, I am. I see Boomerang Kid
You're a rookie.
getting into the actions. Like, I gotta help him.
So,
Let's
do you
do
want?
this,
Now, are you
Soul.
doing this to directly engage with Gearmaster, or are you doing this to defend Red
To
Rain?
defend Red Rain, to give Red Rain a little bit of a opening.
So, provide an opening. Okay. I don't think we're really like entering a battle against a dangerous foe as a team. Like, it's still a little too fragmented for that.
Right.
So yeah, you're defending. You want to jump in and roll Savior then. Yeah. To give Red Rain an assist.
And rolling 2, right?
Yep.
7. No.
Okay.
Yeah, 8.
8.
Plus your label.
0.
Yeah. Plus Savior.
0. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Do I add my won't let you down?
What does one let you
When
down
you help
to?
a teammate, you can spend 2 out of the team pool to add +2 to their roll.
You currently have 1 in the team pool.
We only
Yeah.
we only have the 1 in the
You
team
haven't
pool
generated any pool yet.
right now. Okay.
But there are
How do
ways
we
to
just so we
add
know
team.
Yeah, I was about to
Mostly
ask.
by like entering a battle as a team, you can add pool.
Yeah.
And
We're fragmented right now, so
Yeah,
we can't
yeah.
do teamwork
We're
oh,
maneuvers.
and I
because
restore it to 1 team. So you generate team.
we start with 1, and there's also the team moves, which more so happen at the end of a scene or during to generate more. But we have to kind of enter as a group.
Yeah,
It'd be
you
like,
have to have
now our teamwork's
You have
here,
to have
right?
influence.
And we'll
You have to
generate
have purpose. And,
Okay.
and it has to
Okay.
match.
Yeah.
That's fine. Cool. Yeah. All right. So what can I do here?
Well, right now,
I just want to assist essentially.
I mean,
Well,
have
you
you
won't-
got any trick things like yes, bombs and
Yeah, like maybe.
Well,
some
yeah,
sort
I
of,
thought
like-
about that. Like, can I shoot off like a smoke bomb arrow or something like that to like try
Yeah,
and
and you can also, you got the option there of piercing the mask with on your basic moves, right? Like your playbook moves might not always come into play, but the basic move sheet is what I'm looking at. You can pierce the mask to find out what the hell Gearmaster's up to.
Provoke
you can
someone.
provoke someone to, they'll stumble and they'll open stuff up. You can unleash your powers, which allows you to reshape your environment. And even though you don't have any powers, you do. You have the power of gumption, and you can directly engage the threat, but that tends to also, turn into like exchanging blows and stuff. So
Can we retcon make that a provoke someone kind of situation?
if you
I still rolled an 8.
yeah.
So that would mean
So
they
instead,
can
you
choose instead one. I choose one.
They stumble on a 7 to 9. They can instead choose one. On a 10 plus, they rise to the bait and do what you want. They stumble, you take +1 forward against them. They err, you gain a critical opportunity. They overreact, you gain influence over them. So they're going to stumble.
Okay.
Or err. You want it to create a critical opportunity.
Mhm.
So, and then you see in provoking someone, there's also another way to add to the team pool. There's a few other like things there in the moves that allow you to.
So even though we're not fully a team, is that
So
still
how
going
do
to
you
add to the team pool?
provoke Gearmaster as he's exchanging blows with Red Rain?
I just want to like, hey, Gearhead, and just hit him right in the side of the head with the boomerang.
It's like, and he's like I've never heard that one before, and he turns around and he's you gain a critical opportunity in that they've left themselves wide open now by not looking at Red Rain, and they turn and they've like revealing their blinking weak spot of like their opening gearbox in their chest, and you've got like literal sticks you can throw into the wheel spokes there. And so you're gonna gain an opportunity where they're turning around, but they haven't seen you yet either, and they're just like, "You idiot!" And this is why he's not up on the roof. So you gain a critical opportunity, but you know what? Or maybe +1 forward against them. That makes more sense for me. So you hit them, they go, I've never heard that one before. Ow! And you hit them like in one of their gears, and they take a step back. So you'll get a +1 on your next roll against Gearmaster.
Cool.
And Soul, you see Boomerang Kid pull out one of their things from a pocket and just be like whip it right at one of the villains attacking one of your teachers.
Yeah.
And the halls are now relatively like empty. You were already on the far end of the evacuation, and so now it's just like sprinkler going off, wall broken down. You're in the chemistry lab, and Red Rain's getting to his feet, going, "Get out of here, kids! We don't need any bystanders getting hurt."
Oh no.
Does he say that?
Yeah, he does.
Oh.
how do you react?
Well,
I'm-
you can act
okay.
foolhardy and clear that condition.
Oh,
So
This is
I'm
your
gonna can I roll to defend? I'm just like, it's like, no sir, we gotta get you out of here too. And I like run over and try to like help him leave.
And I would even count that as foolhardy without asking your team.
sure.
Oh, yep.
You're just like, "No, sir, we're coming to rescue you."
Hana means
We're
family.
doing this.
Hana means family, and no one gets left behind.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
So what was that? It says defend?
Yeah, well, this is a defend
Plus save.
plus 2 savior, so that's a 7.
Oh, that's a hit.
That's a 7. So yeah, so on a 7 to 9, it costs you. Expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. Yeah, so you don't get to choose from that list.
Yeah.
For PC threats on a hit, give them -2 to the roll. So you're going to pick up Red Rain, but you have to choose: are you exposing yourself to danger or are you escalating the situation? I would think it's exposing to danger.
She actually does get to choose one, because just for hitting, she
On
gets
a
to
hit,
choose
you
one.
keep them safe and choose one. Oh yeah. So do you want to add a team to the pool? Take influence over someone. You want to take influence over Red Rain, or clear one of your conditions?
Now, if this is acting foolhardy, do I still get to clear the condition for that?
Oh
or-
yeah.
Okay, so
I'll say this is foolhardy. You
Sure.
just jumping right in without telling anyone what you're going to do.
sure. Then I'm going to, I guess, take influence over someone I protect. So that would be Red Rain.
Red
in this
Rain.
Case.
So you take
yeah.
some influence over Red Rain,
Yeah.
and so so you got him, and you're like,
Oh crap! Wait, no. Oh crap! I forgot about. No.
what did you forget about?
I have a -2 to defend because of my insecurity.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, but I'm acting
But you're acting foolhardy, so you're
Does that
canceling
happen
out.
first?
So here's
Okay.
what did you roll?
okay, well
7.
I rolled a 5 plus 2 to savior, so that's 7.
But you rolled a 5.
But I rolled a 5.
So you rolled a 5. And you will clear the condition by
Okay.
being foolhardy,
Yeah.
but it will cost you.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So you do not defend. You move in and you step in the way of, like, no sir, we're here to protect you, and you step in between Red Rain and Gearmaster.
You just get a spanner in the face.
Oh
and-
no!
And expose yourself to danger. You're not gonna like get hurt here, but like all of a sudden Red Rain is like, oh crap, I gotta save this kid now too.
This bystander. And that hurts the most.
and
so
it means
much.
that they're not
Never
gonna be
gonna
able
live
to
this
stop
down.
that, as now Gearmaster is like he's looking out for Soul and not looking at Gearmaster as Gearmaster moves to entrap Boomerang Kid. Up on the roof. What are the two of you wanting to do?
So I wanna know more about like who's. So I turn to.
'Cause we're wrapping close to the end of this episode, so I will just like answer your questions. But you do have assess the situation is an option for you.
Sure. Yeah. So I actually want to ask Masshole. Like, it looks like he knows kind of something about Dominus, and I'm like, who's this like glowing purple clown? And like, do we need to be worried about this dweeb?
Justin?
Do we need to be worried about
No,
Dominus? Yes.
What do I know Dominus?
You can pierce the mask.
I will.
To see the person beneath.
Excellent.
Or you can use your connecting the dots to declare certain truths, and we can roll to find out.
I'm gonna do the pierce the mask. I
Okay.
think on this one.
Mundane.
Yep. Roll plus mundane. 7 plus -1. So I have 6.
Oh no.
No!
Uh-huh.
Oh no!
So you don't you recognize Dominus. You know he's from your future,
Okay.
but you don't know. You don't know. You
Okay.
don't know. You don't know. You're insecure now, or maybe you're afraid.
Afraid?
You're afraid.
Sure. This is like
He's freaking you out.
yeah.
So does he just kind of seize up?
He's just like you're just seeing the whites in his eyes.
And I kind of have no time for this shit, and I'm just like, okay, I need to figure out what's going on.
Like
I'm gonna
all
assess
you
the
know
situation.
is that's Dominus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get anything else out.
I tell you that it's like, I believe that's Dominus. I think that's Dominus.
Cool, great, like big help. A+. Thanks, dude.
There was an
No,
attempt.
you don't understand. That's Dominus.
Right, I got that the first time. So I'm gonna try and assess the situation since I've learned nothing from Masshole.
Yep. So again, that's superior,
Oh,
which
no.
makes a lot of sense. Oh
No, it's I
you
gotta.
rolled into that paper and it fucked up. So why don't you
Okay.
actually give it a proper roll on a table?
In the bowl,
There you
maybe.
go.
Okay, it's a 9
We got
plus
this bowl
3.
here we
Got a
could
big old
use.
bowl.
Oh,
you can roll into.
nice.
So 9 plus 3.
So geez. So yeah,
Wowie,
you're
wowie,
fine.
zowie.
You know
So
this
on
shit.
a 10 plus, ask 2 from that list of questions, and I'll give you honest answers.
Sure. So I want to know what here is the biggest threat?
The portal.
Okay, and what here can I use to shut that down?
What here? How best could we end this quickly? Dr. Infinity is keeping the power balanced in this machinery, and it's using a lot of Gearmaster's machinery with Vortex's black hole to work together with Infinity's computerized robotics. But it's all like this stuff is not balanced properly. If you can distract Dr. Infinity from her work, she has to be focused on this. And that's why Vortex is, holding the doors there, is if Infinity is distracted, you can shut the machine down.
Okay.
And the machine should just shut down or explode.
Do I get to act again?
Yeah, like it's not
It's
so much
freeform.
turn
Yeah.
based. You just because you did so well. There's not much for me to throw in there into that. So you can get ready to declare what you would like to do. We have downstairs. Gearmaster is for whatever reason downstairs and fighting it up with Red Rain. What would you like to do there, Boomerang?
I'm gonna try the pierce the mask. And did we say I had a plus something for any reason?
The
Was
plus
I mistaken?
one to act on
Yeah, you get a plus one
Gearmaster.
forward
Yeah.
on
Bonk them.
Gearmaster. Yeah,
On Gearmaster.
So you can. So that'll help you with. You got a plus
Ooh,
one on
shoot.
that mask.
There's a 3 plus 2. That's 4.
Plus one.
Plus mundane is 5. Plus 1. How much is your mundane?
My mundane is plus 2.
So, what did you roll?
I rolled 3.
3, 5, 6.
6. So that's not anything.
Yeah, no, that's not anything.
Okay.
So,
I don't know who this guy is.
By the way, guys, potential for failures.
yeah,
Oh, yes,
every
yes,
time you
yes,
fail
yes.
a roll, mark
That was
potential.
absolutely a failure. So I've never seen Gearmaster before. I have no idea.
Yeah, you try to pierce the mask, but there's like it's kind of, you've got Red Rain yelling at Soul, you've got Gearmaster now turning at you, and he's getting ready to power up and attack you, and just as that happens, the whole building begins to shake, and he's like, "Oh crap! Oh no, I'm missing it!" And he just tries to escape the room. He's like. And he's I gotta get to the roof. Ah crap! I gotta be on the roof. And he just starts, and he panic runs and he flees. He smashes through the wall the other way, Juggernaut style, and starts heading towards the stairwell.
That gets a call out to like Soul. Soul, I think we have to get on the roof.
Okay.
As that happens, Masshole being as terrified
But
as he is.
you mark hopeless.
Hopeless.
Yeah. Because you failed, and I didn't really do much to hurt you, so I'm just gonna have you mark a condition. Or you know what?
Cool.
Just mark a condition. Just don't. I would recommend hopeless, but
I'll take
Yeah?
hopeless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question real
Unleash your
quick.
powers.
answer real fast.
Did my attempt to defend, did that count as a failure, or was that?
If it was under 6, it always counts as a failure.
It was
6 or under. Like
it was a 7. It was a 7 after everything, but only if me going in foolhardy cleared my condition. So I don't remember what it is we
oh
decided.
no, yeah, it was potential. Mark potential.
So okay.
Yeah, and mark and clear your condition.
Okay.
Yeah, you went in foolhardy. I had you fail the roll. You went in, so you're halfway to leveling up now.
So with Masshole being terrified,
Yeah.
he reaches into the air conditioning unit in front of him and pulls open basically like a window.
Yeah.
Sticks his head in, which now shows up between you guys and the floor. So he comes. So basically, he's going forward like that, but his head's coming straight up with the floor beneath you guys. It's like, we need you on the roof. Dominus is here. Then he goes back in, but the portal's still open.
Okay.
And look at you and then head towards the portal and jump in.
So I still have the container of banana loaves in my arm, and I jump through.
Yeah, but you're dealing with a gravity shift as you're
Yeah.
jumping down and then out.
You're coming out
right? So when
horizontal.
you go down, you're then walking on the ground.
Oh, it's got a lid. It's a Tupperware container with it's a big Tupperware container with these loaves, these mini loaves in it.
And Dominus is like, he's up there still pontificating and closing, and then he kind of stops. Vortex, infinity, we are not alone. And he seems to have detected the use of the power around him.
So
Or he smells the muffins.
Those delicious muffins. I'm hungry for baked goods. Vortex, bring me baked goods.
Do I hear this?
Guys, what's going on?
It is my cheat day. Bring 2.
No, he does declare we are not alone.
Oh, he doesn't declare that he's hungry and that
Do
he
you
wants
know the Muffin Man?
isn't the Muffin Man?
No, he's all
in
about
this-
just pontificating his own glory and the weakness of others. So it's just I don't even know if he eats.
Yeah, maybe not.
While
is
this is
beneath
happening, while
me.
the teleportation is happening,
He
everything.
sustains himself on his own vanity.
Since I know that what's her name,
Dr.
Dr. Infinity
is
kind of like the main cog in this machine and everything, like pun fully.
Well, I mean,
intended.
Gearmaster is the main cog. But
Hey.
you hear Gearmaster on the other side of Vortex's black hole. Let me in! Don't let me out here! You promised I'd be on the roof!
Can I try and control emotion of Dr. Infinity?
Yeah.
And try and get her Dominus is here and he's just pontificating and
I would let
basically
you
giving his
provoke
manifesto.
someone with a +1. And
Okay.
that would be what that is. You're trying to you're manipulating the emotions to provoke her into a specific action.
I want her because she's she needs to maintain
Mm-hmm.
she can't be distracted and that kind of thing. I wanted to just this guy won't fucking shut up, and I wanted to start getting kind of angry
Yeah.
with him just going on and distracting her when she's got important science to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So she'll lose her full
so,
her
so
focus.
that totally sounds like provoke.
Okay.
Or like using the power.
So
or...
does that play in here?
Yeah, let me see.
Are you
What was
watching
this?
closely?
Is you watching closely? When you mislead, distract, or trick someone on a hit, they're fooled. So are you trying to trick, or are you trying to provoke?
Yeah. I feel like I'm trying to distract her and get her angry. I guess it's provoking.
Yeah,
I think provoke.
I feel like it counts as trick because you're tricking her into losing her focus.
Yeah, it kind of crosses both. So it's because you would rather roll with that stat, right?
I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah.
yeah. So go ahead and roll.
Cool.
Oh, geez, you guys.
5 plus 3.
So mark condition. So 5 plus 3. Oh,
I got
so
superior.
oh, so then you end up getting 8 anyways. On a 7 and 9, choose 2. You get an opportunity. You expose a weakness or a flaw. You confuse them for a short time. You avoid further entanglement. So you only are picking one. You're only picking 2 out of that. So which 2
is still pretty good.
Which 2 are you gonna get? That's a pretty great power.
Cool. I wanna confuse them for some time, and I want to, I think, avoid further entanglement because now are they arguing?
Yeah,
If,
you want them
she's-
to know it was you.
Because I don't want them knowing that we're here, right? We
Right.
just got here, and
Yeah, so
you guys
so
don't know the
get
situation.
Dominus back on Infinity and not paying attention to the 4 of you.
And Infinity not
and
paying
what was the other,
full attention.
What was the other? So avoid further entanglement.
Confuse them for some time.
So you confuse. So how now? Describe to me how this is happening. How are you confusing with the emotions, with Dominus
So
looming above?
rather than being just kind of focused
Because
on
the
what
scene
she's
is
doing.
yours.
Sure, I wanted to start just kind of getting shitty with Dominus going on, and she's trying to concentrate on her important science and that kind of thing, and this guy's just going on, and it's interfering with her ability to maintain this field, which is kind of at a tense point, right? They're trying to widen this vortex.
How does that manifest though?
So Dr. Infinity manifests that with one of her moves is, you're all rushing me. There's just not enough time. And just kind of claps her hand and creates a localized bubble of slower time around.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're acting faster in the center of the roof. And the rest of you are all kind of slowed down.
Are we noticeably slower, or do we? Just
They
think
don't
they're
know
faster?
you're there,
Right.
but you've kind of like been like put into slow-mo as they're continuing now. It's only going to be another minute and we'll all be done here, but it's all gotten a lot faster.
Okay.
And it continues to build up, and Vortex is refusing to drop the barrier because Gearbox or Gearmaster doesn't know the passcode, and he's screaming on the other side. But now is also slowed down with the rest of you, and we're gonna end the episode with the machinery then reaching peak power, and the ball of light rises up and it hits and it goes into the dark matter, and this like explosion pulse from inside the storm, so on the other side of the void, kind of moves out, and it's hard to explain, but it's like an umbrella drops in just over the roof as the sky folds over itself, and everything around you just kind of just goes out of your vision. It goes either too bright or too dark, kind of both. Like when you close your eyes and you press in really hard, you get that weird negative color.
Yeah.
It's like this, and it's everything's like overexposed and strange, and you hear Gearbox screaming, and then there's just silence, and then it's daylight, and you're still kind of stuck in a bit of a slow motion, and Dominus, is it done? And Infinity, looking over the computers, we did it. Vortex closes the portal, the black hole they've got, and Dominus and Infinity and Vortex leave, and as they leave, the slowed down time loses its effect on the four of you, and I overpowered it because I wanted to end the episode. And you're on the rooftop, which doesn't seem to have changed much, but the skyline of Halcyon, you're still in your city, but it's all the gleam, like those glass towers aren't there, the drones that are in the air aren't there, and just as you look over the edge of the building, this isn't Phoenix Academy. The parking lot is all growing over. The grounds are not kept. The chains are locked closed, and you're in like the part of town it's not been gentrified. It's all like
Dilapidated?
It's all dilapidated and fallen apart and left behind. Something has changed in Halcyon.
Oh no.
Not in Halcyon anymore.
But the good news is they don't
Obviously.
know that you know. You went completely unnoticed. The only person who knew you were there isn't there anymore.
Right.
And somehow the four of you are up on this roof, and we'll find out more as we investigate. And what though? What happened though? At least you still got your banana bread.
I was just gonna ask.
Yeah, it's still in your hand. Still fine.
have the banana.
Get the new
I'll
Tupperware
have one
container.
now.
Soul just
please.
kind of like looks down and realizes that she still has the container of banana bread and kind of like hugs it a little bit closer
Like-
as she like realizes that like something really crazy
Soul,
is
can
going
I
on.
have one now?
Yeah.
I like
Masshole's like leaning over your shoulder. All you hear is
I open up the container and I just kind of like offer them.
grab one. It like departicleizes in front of his like vortex face. Just
Just
Kid
like,
Boomerang like takes it and starts breaking it off.
at least we have muffins.
Wholesome. At least we have muffins is the name of episode 1 here.
At least we have muffins.
I have been your GM, Justin Ecock. We will be back next week for the next episode in our Masks campaign through Halcyon?
question
What's left of
mark?
it?
Is it like spelled Hell? Like
Oh.
Halcyon?
No.
Oh,
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I tried.
You did.
Progress.
All right,
Potential.
There was an attempt.
Sound off time for the credit part where we all say our names and then we say goodbye. Thanks for joining me.
I'm Leon Weinstein,
Playing
playing Wisp.
the
Wisp the
the delinquent.
I'm Leon Weinstein playing Wisp the Delinquent.
Just trolling and just being a jackal. All right.
I'm Adam Luker playing Masshole. And listeners, don't listen to the GM. Don't push on your eyeballs, please.
Don't do that one.
Squish him right down.
No,
No,
that's
don't
not
do it.
advisable.
They're important.
You only have one. You only have those eyes.
I only
That's
have
it.
a
This is one of
replacement
those
right next to
G.I.
it.
Joe PSIs.
Stop all the downloading.
I came with
PSAs,
two. It's a
rather.
redundancy.
The gods bless me with a second. Neil Tavares playing the Boomerang Kid, the Janice.
Cassie D20 Love Chew playing the Beacon Soul.
And until next time, everyone, be good to each other. Bye.
Bye.
The Terrible Warriors have new episodes out every Tuesday. And next week, the third episode in our Mask campaign. If you want us to keep playing Masks, we have more to tell. Head to our Patreon page at patreon.com/terriblewarriors, and you can vote on the next game we're going to record. So we are voting for the game you'll hear in 2 months' time. The first choice every month is the game we're currently playing. So if you want to turn this one-shot into a long-form story, well, now you know where to go. And if you want to interact with us and get to know the people who are listening to the show and the people who are making the show, the best place to do that is our Discord channel. You can find the link to connect to that channel at terriblewarriors.com. Follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors. Every now and then we post something. And Masks, this game we're playing, is published by Magpie Games. Go check out their store in the show notes. Send them some love and let them know the Terrible Warriors sent you. Today's Terrible Warriors and your masks who have found themselves, far from home, perhaps? We're Neil Tavares, Leon Weinstein, Cassie Chui, and GM Justin Ecock. We'll find you right here next Tuesday on the Terrible Warriors.